I was born in Pawtucket, Rhode Island, 1918. Makes me 97 years old. I graduated from high school in 1935. I heard a broadcast on the radio that the Navy was looking for musicians, and I had been a French horn player in high school. The Depression was on, and there was very few jobs anywhere, so a lot of people trying to get in the service. So I passed everything, but they said I was I was underweight too much. So come back in 6 months. So I went home very discouraged, and I started drinking milkshakes with an egg in it, and bananas, and anything I could get my hands on. And so I went back in 6 months, and I passed by about a pound, I think so. It was on the battleship, it was our turn to play morning colors at 8 o'clock. So at 5 minutes to 8, the band was on the fantail, lined up to play morning colors. And I looked up and saw a line of planes coming in from the right. The first one sort of peeled off and dropped something. I thought the plane was coming apart. So I watched it until it hit the ground, hit the aircraft hangar, exploded in smoke and fire. We looked back up and could see the big red spots on the airplane. That time we knew we were in trouble. So we started to go to our general quarters station, which was around the turret on the side. At that time, a torpedo plane come in to the harbor entrance, sort of right past the stern of the ship where we were, and I could see that plane, and they had a torpedo in back. They dropped the torpedo, and it hit a cruiser who in the dock to the right-hand side of us. Torpedo plane come by the stern. The after cockpit, there was a machine gunner there, and I could see him firing at us. You could see the red flashes of the machine gun, but he aimed too high, and I could hear the clips on the steel turret as we went by. And sometime during the attack, we received one bomb hit, come down through the center of the ship, hit that main deck and exploded up. And we had 21 killed and about the same injured. We had 2 attacks. Well, first about an hour and a half, and then about a half hour in between, then another one. We were able to go up on deck with our stretchers, doing our job there, and you could see all the ships were on fire or smoking, and it was a pretty bad sight. When we had to use the stretcher, going up and getting the dead and wounded people, it was sort of new to us, but it was pretty difficult job trying to get up and down ladders in the dark with the stretcher, and then finding where you were and through the smoke, and take care of the wounded. With the men who were close to an explosion, the flash of the explosion had burnt their flesh, so you couldn't pick them up by arms or legs, because the uniform that day was shorts and undershirts. So you had to, you had to pick bodies up by the shoes or the undershirts from behind. But there was a lot of oil on the floor, and there's some electric lines live here or there. So you just did what you had to do, is all. I mean, you didn't think too much about it. The only musicians we lost was on the Arizona, and they were band number 12, I believe, and they were about our same age. We knew them all, but we had seen them the night before about midnight when they left to go to their ship, and the next morning they're all gone. I realized that we only have a nation now because of some of the experiences which I had to go through, and all the men of my age, it was necessary to do.